Welcome to another miraculous edition of the Corey Margera Show. I'm your host, your Lord and Savior of eternal coolness, Corey Margera, your motherfucking taste god, opinion god, and your supreme ruler of all that is cool and badass. And in this episode, I am going to talk about why it was so stupid. I know it wasn't Vince McMahon's fault completely. It was the fucking World Wildlife Fund's fault. It was their fault. Fucking World Wildlife Fund for Nature. The fucking people with the panda as a logo who aren't even known compared to the World Wrestling Federation. That was so stupid, man. And you know where I'm coming at with this. It's why the fuck did they have to change the name from WWF to WWE? The minute they took the F off of that logo and changed it to WWE, it went straight to hell. It went straight to hell. It started to suck. So it just became a boring, bland piece of shit. Yeah, it was still decent during the ruthless aggression eras. You did have some highlights, some good moments. But the minute they took the F off, that it was never the same. It was just never it. I mean, it just they have never recovered from that. They've never recovered. In my opinion, it was stupid. They should have kept the F. They should have just said, "Fuck it." You know what? Let's work out an agreement. You know, we can still use World Wrestling Federation, the WWF logo, but you know, we can just let's we won't call it the WWF. Like they had a agreement like that, but then in the UK, somebody called it WWF instead of the World Wrestling Federation, and then that kind of yeah. But I would have fought my ass to keep it the WWF. I would have just made sure that I won that case. Like if there was any lawsuit along with that and the federal government lawsuit, that you make sure that it stays WWF. You make sure that the name stays the same, that it's still the WWF, because they just went in a horrible direction after they changed the name. Couldn't even. It's just WWE just doesn't sound. It doesn't have an edge to it. It just sounds WWE. It's sweet. It's yeah. Ah. Oh. It doesn't have a good after effect. It just sounds weird in a way. WWE, it's just yeah. WWF sounded like it was serious. This is serious business. This is WWF. This is the big time. We don't fuck around here. WWF. Look at that F on the fucking logo. It's a beast. It's fucking brutal as shit. It's fucking hardcore. You know, WWE just they fucked it up when they took the F off, man. It just did not have a good. It was terrible. It was WWE. Yeah. WWF. The logo looked cooler too with the F on it. It had a cooler look to it. Just the logo, it looks cool. It looked like a badass, edgy company, cool company. That it was cool. And then they changed it and they took the F off, and it was like getting diabetes, you know. It was just you have to go on this strict diet, and it's just bleh, ah it was horrible. It was just pathetic. Yeah. And he should have did whatever he could to keep it WWF. WWE just did not. Even if the WWF would have won PG, at least the name still would have sounded cool. At least Attitude Era probably would have lasted a little bit longer. You know, we would have gotten some good shit. You know, WWF Entertainment. You know, even when they ended the Attitude Era, it could have been WWF Entertainment instead of WWE Entertainment. Like how they were putting on the banners of the rings. It was just they ruined it. They killed it when they changed it to WWE. It just the coolness, the cool factor the cool, edgy factor of that company was just it died. It completely died when they changed it to WWE. And then you had The Rock leave, Stone Cold leave, and then you fucked up everything in 2002. Granted, you still had a great roster, but you screwed up a lot, and it was just stupid. It was just like, what the fuck? Like, so many changes that didn't even need to take place, that weren't even necessary. I mean, I was just telling one of this guy who commented on my video, Christian Love, like how we didn't even need the brand split. Like, just take the good guys from like WCW, ECW, and the Attitude Eras, the guys who were left over from the Attitude Era, and make a good wrestling show with those guys. You don't even need a freaking, you don't need like a brand split. You don't need Raw and SmackDown to have two separate brands. It's just stupid. Like, you just take like the best guys like RVD, Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, take the best guys, Chris Jericho and Scott Steiner and Goldberg, takes some of those WCW talents, and just make a show with that. You don't need to have a separate roster. There's, I mean, it was just fucking pointless to split the rosters into two. It was just fucking pointless. It was stupid. I mean, it made sense at the time because I could kind of see where they were going. Like, you did have an overcrowded roster, but a lot of those guys didn't need to be there. They weren't entertaining. They didn't have that it factor. They didn't even need to be there in the first place. There was a lot of guys from WCW, ECW, and even in the Attitude Era that no longer needed to be there. You could just send them to OVW or put them on Sunday Night Heat or Velocity or something like that. You don't even need them there. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on this whole the name change ruined the company. I'm still angry to this day about it because I know it's been 12, 13 years, but I don't give a shit. It fucking still pisses me off. The name change killed the company. It did. I mean, for any mistake that you guys could have made, last thing you want to do is turn the company from WWF to WWE. It was just, you should have fought as hard as you could to make sure you won that case. Fucking losing to a company that's not even that popular, the World Wildlife Fund, that, I mean, it's just, I bet you, it's probably like PETA or something, or like one of those, like, literally, come on. You could have won that case. Get the fuck out of here. Should have stayed at the WWF. That's all I'm saying.